Hi there. So it's been a little while since I made any Hungry Ghost videos, and I wanted to touch on the topic of all or nothing thinking today. It's something that can really be a huge barrier when it comes to habit change, especially when we're trying to move in a new direction or a positive direction. It can really kind of hold us back. So when I say all or nothing thinking, I really am talking about like this idea that you're trying something new, and if you're not perfect at it, what's the point? Or not even trying something new because you know you're not going to be perfect at it. And instead, moving more into a direction of understanding that it's a part of human nature to fail at times and get stronger because of it. It's called resilience. We see this with cute little human babes when they're learning to walk, right? We don't have this expectation that they're just going to come out of the womb walking perfectly. Instead, we watch them gradually crawl and then slowly stand on their own and then slowly start to walk and maybe fall and plop on their butt a few times for a while, and then eventually they walk on their own. And we love this. We love to see it. It's adorable, right? It's a part of it. It's something that we love and expect. Somehow, societally, we started to set up this expectation that people need to be perfect. And if they're not perfect, then they're not good, that they're not worthy, that they're not whatever. And by having that standard for other people, we start to implement that on ourselves. And that can be quite detrimental, because if we're expecting ourselves to be perfect, when in reality, no one's perfect because we're human, and it goes without saying that we're not perfect. Like, name a perfect person. I guarantee you, anyone you think is perfect, you just don't know enough about them. No one's perfect. It's kind of a really cool thing, like letting each other off the hook and not expecting each other to be perfect. Really cool, especially when it comes to living a healthier lifestyle, right? So this idea of we have to be perfect all the time, otherwise there's no point in even trying, can really be detrimental to our health and well-being. And it's also not great for our psyche. So a big reason why I love the Hungry Ghosts reset program is because it builds a sense of confidence in myself, where I know that I can do this thing and rely on myself to see it through. Same thing with backpacking, right? Like I'm not good at it. It's hard, but knowing that I'm going to complete it anyway, even if I'm flailing and whatever, there's something about that really like gives my inner child a little bit of a like, wow, I can kind of rely on you. You follow through on hard things. It's nice. Now with the Hungry Ghost and with life, when we're trying to make habit change, if I saw it as, okay, I'm setting up this expectation for 21 days to be absolutely perfect at all these things that I said I wasn't going to do. That means day 5, when I inevitably have a reason why something doesn't work out, I quit because I wasn't perfect? Or do I, day 5, have something that doesn't work out and realize, okay, and then day 6, recommit to it and get right back to it? And maybe learn why that thing didn't work out, what was going on that day that made that thing not work out, made it harder for me to follow through on this, and adapt and anticipate ways in which I can be more successful in the future. It's really, really important. It also helps us when we're when we're no longer on the cleanse, or the reset program, to live a more balanced life, right? So this idea that we need to be perfect all the time can mean that, okay, well, I want to eat a really healthy diet. I want to live a healthy lifestyle, but I just went out with my friends and I ate a bunch of food. So I guess I'm going to eat a bunch of food tomorrow too, and the next day, because what's the point? I know I'm going to end up eating bad again. So why even bother eating healthy? That doesn't make any sense. If you're eating healthy most of the time and you occasionally have a naughty meal, you're still going to be healthy, right? Okay, I'm going to the gym. I missed 2 days, and I know that I'm going to end up missing 2 days in the future, so what's the point? I'm just not going to go to the gym anymore. It doesn't make any sense. If you're going to the gym pretty often and you miss a few days, it's not going to really make that much of a difference. You might not see results as quickly, but over time, you're going to see results. okay, you're abstaining from smoking and you're doing a really good job of not smoking, and then you have one night where you slip up and you have a few cigarettes or you smoke with your friends. Okay, cool. You're still not smoking as much, right? You can still have those mess ups. Doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy a whole pack of cigarettes and just give in completely and just become, you know, a 2-pack a day smoker just because you had a slip up, right? So if we can get to this place where we can have enough confidence in ourselves to not be perfect, right? To expect ourselves to not be perfect, and that be okay, and still continue to work in the direction of positive habit change and keep showing up and doing our best, we're going to see really positive results. However, if we expect ourselves to be perfect and prove to ourselves that we're not perfect, because it's literally impossible to be perfect, because it's not real, it's an ideal, it's not real, it's an ideal, we can strive for it, but you're never going to be perfect. I'm sorry. You could be the best, but you're probably not perfect. Sorry if that sounds negative, but I'm not really, because I think you need to hear it. It's really important. Yeah, if you can get to that place where you're not having that expectation anymore, when you inevitably prove that you're not perfect, it's not going to mean that you have to completely go in the direction of proving that you're imperfect, if that makes sense, right? You could just be a little balanced in between being really good a lot of the time and sometimes having a little naughty indulgence and enjoying yourself, right? And obviously there's different vices that this is going to be more difficult for, and things that are stronger, like the example of smoking, you know, that's an addictive substance. What can I say? That being said, you have a lot of things that are a lot stronger than that. Also keep in mind, a lot of the things that we're abstaining from during the Hungry Ghost are societal norms, right? Eating sugar, processed foods, being on social media, having drinks, drinking coffee, all these things. They're societal norms. So you have a lot of momentum that you're kind of pushing against. It's like you're going against the current a little bit. So you being able to succeed and occasionally fail, still impressive, right? It's not easy. This isn't easy. That's why it's worthwhile. It's not about shame. It's not about perfection. It's not about being good. It's about you setting a goal, you acknowledging that there's something that you want, even if it's just knowing what it's like to not have that, and following through with it. And that is building a little bit more confidence with your inner self. Sometimes we call it your inner child, your I am presence, your oversoul, whatever the heck you want to call it, your true self. But the more you can show yourself that you're going to show up and you're going to be consistent and you can follow through, even if you aren't perfect, the more confidence you're going to have to set out to the goals that are really important to you, to have a relationship that's not perfect all the time and still work on it, even if it's not perfect. Like, this expectation that things are perfect is really toxic. How many relationships have people been in that were probably actually really good for them and beautiful, but because they had this lie from society that things are supposed to be perfect, they let them go. And then what do you learn? Oh, no matter what relationship you're in, it's not perfect, because humans aren't perfect. Okay, sorry for being a little bit repetitive, but I really want that mantra in your mind, that perfection is not the goal. It's progress, consistency, and really kind of building a level of self-reliance and adaptation so that you can be resilient enough to become stronger and achieve your goals. Okay. We all do our best. Anyway, if you like these cute little earrings, they're from my friend Hannah's shop, Whiskey Suitcase. Okay, that's all. Happy hungry ghosting. Take care. Thanks for listening to me. Peace.